The Jammu and Kashmir police have now lodged an FIR against a Central Armed Police Force personnel in Budgam. Take a look at the images on your screen. This video surfaced where a Jawan is seen firing in the direction of an alleged stone pelter on the 9th of April, the day elections were held in the Srinagar constituency. The alleged stone pelter is being shot in the head by the Jawan. Let's listen in to the Director General of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, SP Vaid, who's saying that the authenticity of this video needs to be verified. An inquiry is underway. An FIR has been lodged. There are more videos that are coming out. So you saw that video of CRPF personnel being assaulted by Kashmiri youth. Now there's a new video that's done the rounds, and here this was tweeted by former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. You see a Kashmiri youngster tied to the bonnet of a jeep. This has gone viral. This video was tweeted by Omar Abdullah claiming that these are atrocities by the army in the valley. The army has ordered an inquiry, but army sources have said that this was done to defend a polling station and polling staff from stone pelters. They were outnumbered. One option was to open fire, but they didn't want to open fire. This was a dynamic call that was taken at that point of time. This is illegal to use human beings as a human shield. But isn't the step too extreme, or was this the need of the hour?
A man tied to an army jeep in a bid to keep stone pelters in check. A human symbol of the tug of war between locals and forces in the Kashmir Valley. A human shield, apparently, to protect the forces from the locals' anger and stones. The video shared by former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister and National Conference leader Omar Abdullah on Twitter, triggering national outrage. Omar was angry at the media for showing just what he said was one side of the story after the attack on a CRPF Jawan by a fringe Kashmiri mob. Defending army action, sources have told India Today that they had to resort to taking the step when an irate mob of 500 attacked a polling station in Budgam on the 9th of April. Since the army does not carry pellet guns, lathis or crowd control mechanisms, and the officer did not want to open fire, he chose what the army calls a controversial but effective method. The army's big defense: the move saved polling officers and the electronic voting machines.
The row over the CRPF video has now snowballed into a major war of words in Kashmir Valley. While the government has said that an FIR will be initiated in this matter, there are other voices in the valley now coming up and suggesting that there are other incidents which needed to be probed.
Omar has sought an investigation into the shocking video, carrying a clear warning that stone pelters would meet the same fate. The army has begun a verification and investigation. But is it wrong to warn the traitors? And can Kashmir ever be won by force? Is it wrong to compare the thrashing of a country's defender with an ordinary citizen who picks up stones to attack the soldiers? And are politicians fueling the Kashmir fire? Do such comments shield the anti-national elements? There are no easy answers, but no valley can bloom as gunshots boom. No answers can be found till the big questions are brushed under the carpet, and no healing till the wounds are treated. With Gaurav Sawant in Delhi and Shujaul Haq in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
2 days ago, there was nationwide outrage when a group of miscreants were targeting CRPF personnel in Budgam, slapping them, heckling them, punching them, kicking them. And now the army is in the line of fire after Omar Abdullah tweeted pictures of a Kashmiri youth being tied to the bonnet of a military vehicle. Joining me now on the broadcast is Junaid Mattu, the spokesperson of the National Conference. Also with me is Colonel Anil Kaul, an army veteran. Junaid Mattu, the army says, sources in the army say this was a dynamic call in a dynamic situation. There were stones being pelted from every side. This was a decision taken by the officer not to open fire to ensure lives were not lost.
Well, it is their way of saying that. Are we allowing the army to defend the indefensible for the greater national interest? That is your call. but this guy who was strapped to the bonnet of the car was not a stone pelter. He was a voter. He had cast his vote in a place called Arizal in Badgam early morning, where he was arrested illegitimately, strapped to the bonnet and brought to an area called Gundipura. How the army calls that a dynamic call, then murder can be a dynamic call too. Dynamic is a very fluid term. Anything can be dynamic, but is something outrightly indefensible and inexcusable? That is what we have to ask. I think it's inexcusable. If you start strapping, Kashmiri men to the bonnets of your car and then justify it, then God help us, God help where Kashmir is going. I think it is wrong. I also think that the incident of youth attacking, physically intimidating the armed forces or the paramilitary forces is wrong. Those youth should be arrested too, and that is why I say, with no moral hypocrisy, action should also be taken against the army unit responsible for this.
You're saying there should be no moral hypocrisy. Colonel Anil Kaul, respond to that. This violates every international rule of engagement. You cannot use human shields, and here the army was using a Kashmiri man as a human shield, sir.
Gaurav, good evening. First of all, I'd like to tell your viewers that I happen to be on both sides of the question. On one side, I'm an army man, and on the other side, a Kashmiri. Now, that is a very tricky situation. Who do I defend? The Kashmiris or the army?
Defend the truth,
sir. The point
is
that this particular action that has been taken has been copied. Exactly. Now, this particular action that has been done has been copy-pasted out of what happened in Israel a few months ago. And that is exactly what this young officer must have seen on social media, and he has just replicated it. Whether this man was actually a stone pelter or not a stone pelter, that is of no consequence. The point is, why stone pelting? Why are you the same? And in place like Badgam, Badgam is a historical place where the Indian Army stopped the raiders in 1947 with the help of the local Kashmiris, and Badgam is the place where it has now come 360 degrees around, and they are now against the same Indian Army which saved their bacon. So therefore, what is the question of moral?
Sir, Colonel Kaul, I completely appreciate your point. No, but Junaid Mattu has a valid point. Junaid Mattu has a valid point. He has a valid point. It is against the law of the land to use humans as a shield, but using the same argument, Junaid Mattu.
It is against the law. It is against the law to pick up a stone and throw it at your security forces. It is against the law to pick up arms against the state. It is against the law to kick and butt a army or a soldier. It is against the law to throw Molotov cocktails at Indian armed forces personnel.
Mr. Mattu,
it is against the law in whatever is being done with connivance. With connivance of the political parties for brownie points.
Sir, I agree with Colonel Kaul, you've made your point. Can I get Mr. Mattu to respond? Go ahead, Mr. Mattu.
I agree.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I agree with what Colonel Kaul is saying. All those things are illegal. I agree with Colonel Kaul unequivocally in saying all those things are illegal. All those things are condemnable. But God help us. Are we holding the same standards for rioters and militants and terrorists? Are we going to hold the same standards for the state, for its army, for its paramilitary forces? Is that the situation we have reached? Are we going to say because the stone pelters break the law, the army should also break the law? Because the militants use human shields, we should also use human shields. Then what is the difference between the country, the neighboring country that we accuse of being a banana republic?
Mr. Junaid Mattu, let me quote to you what the Chief Justice of India said. Mr. Mattu, the Supreme Court said, what are 7, 9 and 11-year-olds doing pelting stones? Rules cannot be only for the security forces. So the allegation, Mr. Mattu, is that the mobs that are organized to pelt stones at security forces, Mr. Mattu, they use women and children as human shields. So how do you deal with such a mob?
Well, the job of the Supreme Court is to implement
can I just
law,
say a
to
word,
interpret law, not to make the law. There is no law which says that if a law is broken by non-state actors, the state should break a law too. The Supreme Court is not free of criticism. The Supreme Court should implement and interpret the law. Which law in our constitution says that if people break the law, the state should also break the law? What is that going to lead us
The Supreme Court is only, the Supreme Court is not making a law here. The Supreme Court is not making a law here. The Supreme Court is making an observation here, an observation of ground reality. And Colonel Mattu, Colonel Kaul, I want to come to you on that aspect, sir. Terrorists may break laws, stone pelters may break laws, but as far as our armed forces are concerned, they cannot afford to break the law, sir.
All right, I'll give you 2 examples, Gaurav, from my personal actions, my personal action in such situations. I have done this. Why? When I was deployed in Sri Lanka, my
No,
orders were very clear.
no, kindly stay on the issue here. No, sir, kindly stay on the current situation. Sir,
Hold on, let me finish.
No, please, sir. I want to stay on the current situation
just listen
in
to
Kashmir.
Me. I'm talking of human shields.
Sir, human shields are illegal, sir. They are illegal.
I am talking of human shields. I am talking of human shields.
30
I am
seconds.
talking of human shields. I did not use my gun till such time as they were firing at me directly, till I realized that they had men, women and children in front of them. That is when I used my gun. Second time, when I was deployed in J&K, I was ordered not to carry heavy weapons so that there is no collateral damage. I did not carry a single heavy weapon. But yes, I carried a particular weapon which used to be fired once every 2-3 days to keep these chaps at bay. Now that is a defensive way of doing things. Here somebody has taken an offensive way because he has reached the end of his tether. And the Supreme Court, with all due respects, this is not a case of policing. Operations is a different ball game altogether.
Okay, respond to that, Junaid Mattu. The situation in Jammu and Kashmir, and you live in Kashmir, you know the ground reality better than most others. What do the armed forces do? Stone pelting is not legal. Hitting the security forces, targeting the security forces, Molotov cocktails is not legal. So they have to respond. And in this case, Mr. Mattu, lives were saved, the army says. They did not open fire. They used this person in a dynamic situation once and lives were saved.
Well, I was 6 years old when I became a human shield, and I'll tell you about a very small experience. I became a human shield for a search operation by the army where they believed some militants were holed up in a particular area. I was a 6-year-old guy, and I was walking 10 paces ahead of the army. So let us not absolve our institutions of all blame, because if we do that, you alienate the people of Kashmir. Let us rise above our own ideas, ideologies and entrenched positions today and call a spade a spade. Yes, what is happening on the other side is wrong. Are we going to respond to a wrong by committing a wrong on the people, on the citizens of this country?
Does Junaid Mattu and the National Conference concede? Sir, do you concede stone pelting is wrong? Stone pelting on security forces when they are carrying out anti-terrorist operations is wrong? Molotov cocktails on security forces is wrong? You concede that?
I clearly live in a different Kashmir than you cover. I have never ever, hand on my heart, seen or heard about a situation where a Molotov cocktail has been launched on the security forces, but I'm sure we have two different perspectives on Kashmir. Even if a pebble is launched on the security forces, it's wrong, it's illegal. There is, when you discuss reasons why the youth are behaving irrationally, that does not mean you are condoning their actions. When our leaders say that these youth are alienated because of these reasons and they're doing this because of a sentiment, that does not mean we are condoning the act of stone pelting. We are trying to explain what the motivation is. Obviously, stone pelting cannot be condoned. Obviously, it is wrong. And similarly, this act of strapping a civilian to the front of a jeep is wrong. There is another video, Gaurav, which has just been authenticated about an ITBP personnel shooting a 14-year-old Kashmiri point-blank range with an AK-47 into pumped into his head. He's standing 10 feet away from that soldier. No shots fired in the leg, no aerial firing. He takes 10 seconds to aim a gun at his forehead and shoots him from a distance of 10 feet. Is
Respond
that
to that.
excusable? Absolutely
Respond
not.
to that,
The
Colonel
beauty
Cole.
and magnanimity of our
Respond.
country lies in calling a spade a spade.
Yes.
Let us all call a spade a spade.
Colonel Cole, please respond to that. This is a video that we are putting out on India Today. The Jammu and Kashmir police have initiated an
Gaurav.
investigation and FIR has been lodged now, sir.
Gaurav, first of all, I think the Supreme Court has given instructions for the J&K police to investigate any such crime, so-called crime. Having said that, is that there is a difference between and military operations, where you can say that these central armed police forces come under the gamut of military operations. In policing, you fire in the air, you create a situation where the man should get scared. But for the military, the orders right from the time I was a second lieutenant are very clear. You fire for effect. There is no question of scaring anybody. The
And in
man
this
is
case-
against you, he has to be put down.
Okay,
Period.
and in this case,
That
the officer did not open fire. The officer did not open
That is the way
fire.
of working.
No, but sir, what is a cause for concern? And Junaid Mattu and Omar
may not
Abdullah,
have-
they've both raised the point. No, Colonel Cole, the officer was also raising, what was coming out of there was, if stone
if a
pelting will
14-year-old boy-
happen, we'll do this to stone pelters. So there was also an audio on that clip, Colonel Cole.
Yeah. Oh, no, I understand the 14-year-old boy, first of all, should not have been there wherever he was.
Okay.
Number two,
Respond.
the army chief has made a statement that anybody who assists in stone pelting or does any such thing which hampers military operation will be shot. Now,
Okay.
those are the orders that are being through the joint command
Okay.
of which the civil government is part of.
Okay, Junaid
Let
Mattu,
the civil
respond
government
to
say we
this.
will not give these
Respond to
orders.
this. What are
It's a joint
14-year-olds,
command in Srinagar and
9,
the civil
11,
government is
13,
part of it.
14-year-old doing? Why are they pelting stones? Why are they there, sir? Shouldn't their parents, shouldn't elders like yourself, shouldn't others tell them to stay away? Mr. Mattu.
Well, let us presume we are a completely irrational, anti-national and ungrateful society and we can't stop. We send our children to die. Let us presume that is the case. Does that absolve an army soldier, a paramilitary trooper of standard operating procedure, of the canons and regulations of serving as an institution of the state? It does not. If you ask people like Colonel Cole, with all due respect, he will say that every Kashmiri boy who is killed or shot is an acceptable collateral. That is his mindset. I can't change that. In national interest, if
that is
every
not the
Kashmiri
point.
has
Look,
to be
we are
deemed
having a very
acceptable
decent
collateral, he
debate.
will say that.
No, we are
But
having
the
a very
problem is,
decent
what
debate.
do you
Junaid,
tell?
no, this
what
is
do you,
unfair.
Gaurav, let me
Don't
finish.
put words
Gaurav, let
in
me
my
finish.
mouth.
What will you tell the mother of that child? What will you tell the mother of that child who's seen a video of his son being executed by a soldier of this country from 10 feet away? He takes 10 seconds to aim at his forehead and shoots him.
So
He
is
takes
there
10
merit in
seconds
that
to aim
question
at the
being
center of
asked?
his
What
head
was that
and shoots him
youngster
dead and he
doing
falls
there?
What will you
what
tell his mother?
the ITBP person did is a matter of investigation. There is an FIR lodged.
That
It will be investigated. Why was the youngster there?
Yes,
Why was the youngster there in the first place? Why was the youngster there in the first place,
I will answer you. I will answer you with utmost honesty. I will answer you with utmost honesty even if you don't like it. That youngster, like more than 90% of youngsters in Kashmir today, as proved by a 93% boycott of the parliament elections, do not believe in the idea of India anymore. They don't believe in the
Then, sir, it is
institutions
for
of this
leaders
country
like
anymore.
you.
They
It
don't
is for leaders
consider,
like
for
you
heaven's
to
sake,
make them
be
believe in
Indians
the idea
anymore.
of India.
Will you kill all of them?
It is for leaders
Will
like you. You are a mainstream political leader in Jammu and
How
Kashmir.
will we make them believe
Please
when
make
you
them
say that they
believe in
should
the
all be
idea of
killed?
India. People are dying. People are dying in Jammu and Kashmir all over, sir.
Gaurav, my friend,
Soldiers are
Gaurav,
losing
my
their
friend.
lives in
Yeah,
Jammu and Kashmir, sir.
Let me answer. Gaurav, how do we make them believe? Gaurav, how do we make them believe in the idea of India when you
By
have people
telling
like
them the
Colonel Cole on
truth,
national
sir.
TV
By telling
saying,
them the truth,
well,
Burhan Wani was a
so-called
terrorist, so a
violation,
terrorist was
so-called
killed.
violation.
Sir,
We have been
tell them
we
the
have been
truth.
made irrelevant. We have been made irrelevant because of your posturing.
Sir,
you
God
have
forbid.
portrayed a very ruthless face of India to these youngsters. Nothing we say matters. Every night they turn on the TV and they see an insensitive, ruthless, propagandist media calling them acceptable collateral and doing PR
Nobody
exercise
calls
after PR
anyone
exercise for the
acceptable
state and the
collateral, and
Indian
not on
army.
this channel.
When will you speak
Nobody
for
calls
the
them
alienated
acceptable
youth in
collateral.
Kashmir?
Sir, alienation needs to be met with political interface where people like you need to step in. National Conference as opposition, PDP as the ruling party, because after all, both of you keep changing, the Congress, the BJP, all of you need to step in, sir. It is very important for one big India, one united India, and all of you need to step into the play onto the table and ensure this happens, sir. I have run out of time on this debate. This is very distressing. This indeed is very, very disturbing. Junaid Mattu, Colonel Kaul, you joined me on this debate. Many, many thanks.
Gaurav,
Seriously.
Gaurav, I have one.
Yes, sir. Okay. Closing comments to both of you. 30 seconds, gentlemen. Go on, Colonel Kaul, and go on, Junaid Mattu, after
Gaurav.
that. Yes.
Gaurav, I have just one comment. Just before you started this program, in the last program, is this Mr. Muttu's boss, Omar Abdullah, tweeted, and then he spoke
sir,
to
sir,
Rajdeep,
I'm not going to go over
and he
any
said
other
that
program.
We must
No,
sit down
sir.
and have a dialogue.
Yes, absolutely.
I am all.
Absolutely. Dialogue is required. Junaid,
No,
you would
I'm
agree?
saying I'm all for dialogue.
Yes.
But what dialogue?
Junaid, you agree? Dialogue is the way forward.
With whom?
We must
Are
talk.
they willing to sit down? No.
Junaid,
Colonel Kaul, very briefly, I'm not this Mr. Mattu, I'm Junaid Mattu. This is not a military court. We should not talk like that. Second, dialogue is important. What do we talk about? We talk about alienation. We try to address the situation not by a military standpoint, not talking about operational mechanisms, but talking about the need to come together to de-escalate from entrenched positions and finding a solution to a problem.
absolutely. I completely concur with both of you, gentlemen. I completely
would want that.
Completely agree with both of you, gentlemen. Many thanks for joining me here on the broadcast on India First. We sincerely hope there is peace in the paradise called Kashmir, and we move forward peacefully. A quick break, lots more coming up. Stay with us.